Hello, Adana. This is Tom. I just thought I would give you a YouTube visual overview of the eFit program for Joseph. So I'm at maintenancelogin.com. I'm going to sign in as Joseph. I did add him as a user into the system. His username is Joseph, as you can see, and then the password is 1234. So I'm going to sign in. Joseph, because of his role as an eFit inspector only, goes right into eFit. If you sign in on your name on the little drop down here, you can jump between maintenance login and inspection login or eFit here. There'll be one more menu item for you here, but presently I'm signed in as Joseph, so he just sees this. I have just one inspection in the system, so I happen just to know that it's number one. So I'm just going to type in the number one there and hit the enter key, and that evokes the little search button, and this goes right to the inspection. So at the top here is the information regarding just the fill in the blank stuff, who, where, what, that kind of stuff. It's assigned to Joseph, the weather conditions, overcast, so forth. So if you change any of this information, you can just hit the save inspection and it'll update it. And then below is the actual inspection detail. So these are all of the locations and it will say right here at the top here for the high school, for the continuation high school. So that's where this inspection is being held at. Because I data entered last year's, so this is the scheduled one from last year. So I just took last year's and started to data enter it. I did not finish it. I got down to like the snack bar, and that's about as far as I got. I just put everything is okay. These should be actually adjusted, but since I'm traveling and I'm in Colorado all of next week, I just thought I would do as much as I could for you and then do a quick video of that. So when you sign in as whomever the inspector is, I'm going to say Joseph, it goes right to your dashboard, shows you a list of all the inspections assigned to you. There's just one from last year. And on the status heat map, it shows this fiscal year. So if I change this to last fiscal year, this should update to show one. Sure enough, so there's one inspection for last fiscal year for Joseph. So Joseph could just click on that and begin. So you start going here, and these are all the locations. It says building location, and this will say start. I'll scroll down here to see a blank one. So classroom 8 at the high school, I'll just hit start. And then it gives me the 15 inspection points, 1 through 15 right here. At the top, it says where I'm at, inspection room 8. And all I'm supposed to do is with my tablet, this is my mouse, but I'm going to hit this with my finger. So I hit the OK button, it enlarges. I'm going to scroll up because I'm using a tablet here. I'm going to press my finger on the OK button here for the mechanical. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to use my two fingers and do a zoom, and then I'm going to zoom down. On the sewer here, hit OK, slide up a little bit more. If the interior surfaces, and I'll just go down to something like restroom, because it's NA. So the restroom is NA, so I'm going to press NA. If there's no sink and fountain, I can press NA. But if I needed to say if the sink was leaking, I could put a little note in here, sink leaking, or I guess it's the faucet, but I could also hit the actions button, and I could log an exception, which just records an exception locally here for the inspector. I could create a work order, which brings up a little pop-up where I could say what the inspection was, and then I could put in a description. And what the system would do is whatever description I'd put in here, it'll put in a work order, and it'll say room 8, Alvord Continuation High School, and then whatever the purpose was there that I would choose, and then the work order information that I would type in. So the idea is just to go down here, hit OK on all these or and so forth. And then when Joseph, when he's done, at the very bottom, if this location, if this room number 8 was complete, he could just hit this complete button. If you need just to put it on hold, he could hit save and exit. I'm going to say complete room inspection. It says there's some more tasks here that aren't finished. I'll just say OK. And now it's going to go back to the main inspection. Now, if Joseph is watching this video too, see how it's got this select little button on the left side here? That? Okay. So if you're in the inspection and you want to just go in to a room, and let's just say, let's go down here to this one, so room number 9. And let's just say you know room number 9 is all okay. I can hit that little select button, And then at the bottom of the screen, there's just one button that says Set Selected. Now, when I press this, it's going to give me the four choices, the OK, the deficiency, the NA, the extreme deficiency, but it also gives me the other four, which is good, fair, poor, deficient. So the system will allow, when it's in the inspection, it just gives you the four choices for the location, which is OK, deficiency, extreme, and NA. But when you're doing a select all and you're just going to group assign it, it'll actually give you some of the different ratings if you needed to. So this is for a future thing down the road, but I'm just going to use the green OK button, and I'm hitting save. And now we're going to notice room number 9. Okay, so now room number 9 is going to be green across the board. So here's room number 9. Um, and so you can see it's all green. I'm going to hit the start button just to go into room number 9. You can see at the top up here, it says room number 9, adult ed. And then if you look on this column that says results over here on the right, you'll see that it has the OKs checked on all these. Now, I will mention when you do a work order like here, I'm just going to go, this is last year, so that'd be 1819, test only from EFIT. Correct, and that's fine. I'm going to hit the create work order button. Wheel was spinning there, and actually you can't really see the note really well, but if I hit the, in the note you can kind of see the work order information, but if I hit add work order number, it's going to also tell me that there's a work order number, which is 16462. So if I were to jump over to maintenance login, I could actually see 16462 as a work order. And that's basically it. The other actions, take photo. You can hit that, and it brings up a little pop-up. I can hit the upload new photo. If I'm on a tablet, it'll let me right here select for my camera. Since I'm on a laptop tablet, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to say OK. I'm going to say Vermin, upload. And now here's the Vermin. I can download, look at the photo, save, open folder, or however I want to do it. Double click, and it happened to pop up on my other screen over here to my right. I'll drag that over, but there's a cute photo of some vermin. So anywho, um, that's how you conduct a tour. So I'll close this. On the little shortcuts here, this is called a, those little three where it says inspection, inspect room, inspection, inspect list, home. That's called a breadcrumb. I can either at the bottom of this, oops, oh, I'm sorry. Either at the bottom of this, if I hit my fingers correctly, I can hit complete room inspection, and it goes back here. I can also use that breadcrumb thing right here and press just like the inspection, and it goes back one. And then when Joseph is done, he can hit the print options here, hit the SAB form, and pow, it'll create that SAB form based on all the underlying data. The notes that appear on the locations, like clean ceiling tiles have stains, so you can see that's on room number 1. So where that is located at, if I go to room number 1, which is that first one, if I hit edit, there's a note field at the bottom, which has that. So here's the comments, and so any comments placed there will show on the SAB form. Okay, so let's kind of just do a recap. So I sign in, it goes to the dashboard. It will give me a list of all of the open inspections or all the inspections assigned to me. It'll show them up here on the dashboard on this heat map if they're current fiscal year ones. So for Joseph, I'm going to do the continuing ed high school again for this year. So he's going to go plus, and then on the left side, new inspection schedule, because he's already got the profile in there. So I can go new inspection. It's going to ask me which one, and I'll choose. So I can choose the 2017-18. I'll then hit the next choose properties. I will then choose the continuing high school, which is already checked here. So I do see that one's checked because in the profile, it happens to be checked. And then over here, let's see, I can choose an inspector. So I'll go Joseph. Where are you at, Joseph? Here you go. And then when I choose Joseph as the inspector, it'll say locations. And I'll scroll to the top and just say select all. So we have Alvord, Continuation High School, Joseph as the default inspector. I selected all. And then at the bottom of this screen, we have schedule one-time inspection. So I'll click that button. It'll give me an optional note. Notice how the date is. So I could choose, you mentioned July 3rd. So I could choose July 3rd. And then you can choose originator. So you can choose yourself. And this is the 15 inspection points that it's telling you about. And then if you scroll to the bottom, oh, I think the button's actually at the top. I'm sorry. So if you, let me start back at the top. Oh, here's the button, create one-time inspection. So if I hit create right now, I will have a one-time ability to roll this back, undo it. So I can do that. I could roll that back, which is basically to delete it. But that's it. So let's see. I think I'll leave it at that. So I'll go to here. Well, there again, I don't know if you're going to want to actually do a. I noticed like for the inspection here, it's like this. You say 1819. I wonder if you want to create a 1920. I will mention that I'll leave this one in here. So let me click on it. It does say here what the recurring work order inspection profile was, 1718. So I don't know if you want to create a new one and we can make abandon, number 2 here, but that's totally doable. That said, I will be in Colorado this week, the week of July 4th, but I'll be back the week after that. And if you have any questions, which you will, we'll probably be hooking up and talking then. So hope your inspection goes great. And Don, I did notice in the system how much you've actually added and done stuff. So I do want to kind of commend you on a job well done on your intuitiveness in figuring things out. So anyhow, look forward to seeing and talking to you in a week and a half. Thanks. Take care. Bye.